Hello, this is the Be Live show called Say It in Your Own Words, and we have as a theme today the arts in Cambridge. And I'm here with Willie Pleasant. Thank you, Willie, for coming on our show. And she is a poet and a writer, and I wanted to talk about her work. Could you tell us a little bit about your writing and your poetry?
My first book that I wrote was Ain't That the Truth? And the second one, which has short stories and poetry in it, the second one is Make Truth a Habit. And they both have short stories and poetry, which is beautiful, spiritual, uplifting poetry.
And I was amazed when I read the publisher's blurb on the book. It made me interested right away. This is what the publisher had to say about Willie's book. Have you ever had, hearing the truth is hard. It's even harder when you have to experience the school of hard knocks to learn valuable lessons. Have you ever had your husband leave you for another woman only to find out that she is your coworker? That's got to be hard. Or have you been trapped in a relationship that could cost you your life? Were you hired, told to fire a few people in the line of duty, only to learn that you would be next? How do you handle being raped as a small child, never telling anyone and carrying the emotions through adulthood? So these are exceptional situations. Could you talk a little bit about the focus of the book and how to put these in perspective in terms of your book?
Well, there are stories that people go through, adversities that people go through. And I wanted to put them in the book so people could read them and know that they're not the only one. That things do happen. They happen to all of us. And this is how this situation and how the person handled it and saw that that was light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to stress to people who read it to kind of see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are solutions, to solving a problem without fighting all the time or shooting someone.
Right. And I noticed when I looked at your book, there was a dedication to your father, and I was intrigued by that. His picture, could we have a picture of the book here? And this is your dad. Could you tell us a little bit about how he inspired you as a writer?
Oh, my father was a Navy person, and he was a cook. He could cook very well. And he was a very strong male figure for my family and my sisters. I had 9 sisters and 1 brother. So he was a strong figure. He was very, structural, very dedicated to his family, very dedicated to, doing the right thing in life. If you work hard, you get ahead. Everybody should be educated. All my sisters finished at least 2 years to 6 years of college. So he was dedicated into doing that. And so he structured us and to trying to live a better life.
And I hear that you're active in something called Authors Without Borders.
Yes. It's a group of writers, or actually authors, who get together and we do panel discussions for people who want to publish their books and to help them, kind of not fall into all the pitfalls that we fell into when we first started out.
So it's almost like a mentoring group in some ways.
Yeah, some ways. Yeah, it's geared to helping the people, especially poets. A lot of poets don't publish their work. So it's geared for me, because I'm a poet. That's kind of my target. The other ones do mystery novels and memoirs. So it's geared to writers.
And you've participated in a lot of open mic situations, and
Yes.
I think people would be interested in hearing where these are. Budding poets might want to look into these various venues, and could you mention the places that you've done open mics?
Yes. Comier's Comedy Madness is on second Monday of each month at All Asia. And Haley House in Roxbury is every Friday. RCC is every Wednesday. And they would probably have to go to my website to find out the other ones.
Sure. And what is your website?
My website is www.maketruithahabit.com.
And That is also the name of her book, Make Truth a Habit. And where, could you tell us also about specifically the venues that are coming up where people can come and see you perform poetry?
Right.
Yeah.
We're actually having a book signing at New Bedford Summerfest.
Mm-hmm.
And you can come and get an autograph, and if you want me to read to you, I will.
Great. Well, that sounds like a wonderful way to spend some time in the summer, and thank you so much. Would you like to talk about any other aspect of your writing or your poetry?
Just that people check my website out.
Mm-hmm.
I do put my poetry on my website.
Mm-hmm.
And I depending on the month, I have a Mother's Day poetry, I have Father's Day, and I also am very interested in going to high schools
Mm-hmm.
or either elementary school. I've gone to 2 schools and talked to the kids, and they've been very inspired just to know that their authors look like them
Right.
out there.
Right.
Oh, you publish a book?
Right.
Or you're a poet? And when I talk to young kids, I went to one of the schools in in South Boston, Galvin, and Mason in Boston. And kids are very inspired to know that there are writers out there, and especially published authors.
And I think sometimes some of us, growing up and going to high school, we thought that poetry was a thing of the past, maybe, like English poets from the old world
Yeah.
and the old school. And do you think that maybe there's a resurgence in poetry, that people feel like it could be a part of their life and a way to express what they see as reality and their lives and what's important to them?
I do. I think it's kind of like a cycle. Like one time, you had the beatniks and the poetry and it died out. Now it's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely resurfacing. Mm-hmm. And people want to hear it. It kind of energizes people,
Mm-hmm.
To hear the spoken word.
And was there a moment in your own life when you just said, I want to write, or did you always write?
I think I always did it in my head. And when I got frustrated with my job, I started writing on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to get the information out. And once it out, it was like such a relief. And I tell young kids that, write what you're thinking. Don't just leave it up here.
Right.
Write it on paper. It makes it so much nicer to deal with. And then you can see, wow, it's not as big as I thought it would be.
Yes. And I understand that this book, you originally just wanted to publish your first book for your family and your friends, but it took on a life of its own.
It did. And people started to read it. And then I started to selling to other people. And they would come back and say, oh my God, this is so nice. It's so uplifting. I feel moved by it. And then I said, well, gee, maybe I have something here. And I said, I enjoy doing it. Why not do it again? So I did.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Willie. So I hope all of you can get out to the event in New Bedford. Could you tell us one more time your website? And
my website is www.maketruthAhabit. For people in Cambridge, I also have a few books in Harvard Bookstore. Mm-hmm. They carry a few of my books there. So if you can't find it, you definitely can ask them to reorder some more. You can go on the website, Amazon.com, Book.com, Target.com, or you can go to Author House, which is the publishing company. And you can also go to my website, www.maketruthAhabit.com.
Thank you, Willie, so much. And we'll get our next guest, who is an independent filmmaker.
How long will it take them to set it up?
One moment. Give me that container. You can just talk about your movie while we're getting into some. Can you give me that?
What's that?
Give me that.
Just technical difficulties. My name is Anthony Darosa, and I'm an independent filmmaker. And I'm here. I was here on the show last month, and this month I finished my short film called Attack of the Zombies. And we're gonna try to cue it up so we can watch it. Last time I was here, I was talking about working with the actors on the movie. This month, hopefully we'll be able to show the film, and then I'll talk a little bit about what the experience was like in making the movie. If you want to see the short film, you can actually go to YouTube, Stage 617 on YouTube. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me at galaxyfilms617 at gmail.com. I'm going to be starting my next project probably in 2 weeks. So if there are any actors out there who want to be in the short film, make sure you contact me. You can either contact me through YouTube or through galaxyfilms617 at gmail.com.
And what was it like, Tony, collaborating with the various people who worked on your films?
It was a great experience. It was real fun. I really enjoyed working with the people. Like I said, the last time I was on the show, most of the people who were in this particular short film were co-workers of mine. So I think we all had a pretty good time. It was real fun working with them, even though that this was my first project and it was their first acting experience for them as well. But I think we all had fun, and we all learned something from it.
And everybody got to feel really a part of creating it, since the environment that you did each shot wasn't always planned totally. It was sometimes on the spur of the moment, and everybody had input as to what was the best take on it.
Yeah, we did have a script, but pretty much I would scout different locations, and then we would show up at the locations, and pretty much everybody had input as to how it was going to be filmed. But we did have a script. Okay, we're going to show the short film right now. It's called Attack of the Zombies. So just press stop.
When you're done, you just press stop. And you hit this button right back here. We'll get your screen back.
This button.
Damn it! No service. That was the last train.
Moss with Channel 9 News. I'm here today at the scene of what was a brutal crime. I have with me a witness. What have you seen?
I was just walking home from work, and as normal every day that I do, and I saw something that didn't look right. It was underneath the bushes, and I peeked at it, and it was bodies. Oh my God! And they were mutilated. And another lady came up with her carriage. She started screaming, and she tried to cover the eyes of the baby, and the baby started screaming.
So as you can see, the mayor is facing pressure due to lack of police attention on this case. We will have more on this story later. I'm Ann Moss with Channel 9 News.
You're late.
I'm hungover. Just don't give me this right now.
I'm sorry. I just thought you might like to solve these murders, sometime this century.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
And your shift started an hour ago.
Could you just ease off me a little bit?
Look, man, your performance is starting to affect not only your career, but mine. What's going on?
I'm young. I'm having a good time.
You're just gonna smirk at me. Well, you're not gonna be smirking when the lieutenant comes through that door and tells us to get into the captain's office.
Yo, Burns, Doyle, Captain wants to see you in his office, ASAP.
You happy? You comfortable? Did you get paid last week? Huh? Can you tell me anything? Is it number 14 or 17 murders that we're working on? Gruesome murders. We have a real problem. I'm not even gonna get that upset. Do you have any leads at all? At all? Do you have any leads at all? Hello? Any leads at all? Nothing. No words at all. Well, I can tell you this. Every politician in the state and city is sleeping on the front steps. They're gonna crucify us. They're gonna crucify me, they're gonna crucify you.
Captain.
No, there's no, they're gonna do it. So get out there now, right now, and solve this crime. Right now, today. Out there and solve this crime.
Detectives, I'll be with you in a minute. The subject is a female, early to mid-20s. Well, I found no foreign tissue, just dead cells, a lot of blood, and half-eaten pieces.
Pieces?
Yeah, pieces. Doc, you got any evidence for me at all?
I need just a shred of evidence, a hair, a fiber, anything.
Well, detectives, this was no animal. This was a very deranged madman. extremely psychotic. I'd say it's possible abnormal mental abilities.
Well, Dr. Fielding, thanks very much for your time.
Oh,
I'll catch you next time.
That's kind of weird.
hey, detectives! You want to go for burgers sometime?
Not really.
No, thanks.
Come here, baby.
Baby.
Stop.
Baby.
Stop.
Come on.
Stop. I gotta pee.
So you think we're gonna find something here or what?
We'll never know until we ask. Excuse me, miss. You work here?
Yes, I do.
We're looking for books on the occult.
Okay. I think we have something like 6,000 titles. Follow me, I'll show you. Here's your section. Hope you don't get scared.
We won't. Is there any particular book you could recommend?
Here we go. This is what you're looking for.
That looks good, thank you.
No problem. You know, if you're looking for devil worshippers, shouldn't you be in a cemetery, not a library?
You know, the cemetery is the best lead we have.
You're gonna listen to her.
Maybe we should just stake it out.
I guess. So, Burns, what are we doing here exactly again?
All of the attacks have happened within 1 square mile of this cemetery. That has to mean something. Doyle, come on!
Burns? Wait up! Burns!
Doyle, come on!
Burns! Wait up!
Doyle!
Burns! Burns! saved my life, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
It's all right. I got you.
What the hell was that?
It's over now. That was our perp. Case closed. You know what, Doyle? You're not a bad partner after all.
You know what, Burns?
What?
You ain't too bad.
You too, buddy.
All right.
Yep, you hit.
That was very suspenseful. I love the sound effects.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the sound effects I got from, like I said, I edited the movie with my Apple computer, and a lot of the sound effects actually came from the computer. So it has like a library of effects that you could use. So that really kind of enhance the movie.
And could you tell people how to get in touch with you, what your contact information is as an independent filmmaker?
Yeah, probably the best way to get in contact with me is
Hi, I'm Marla Allison, founder and director of Full Circle Adoptions. We're a nonprofit, fully licensed agency right